Not necessarily the light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, my light is very dark, apparently.
Specifically the quote right there. All right. Yeah, by the way, if you guys ever want to put stuff in other news section, just text it to me.
Okay.
All right, so there is the recap. And Yep, we're running.
Sweet deal. Last time on Argynovost Z. So we will return right to where you guys are standing around in the extinguished flames of a dead dragon. And action.
Well, I didn't see that coming. So, anyone have any clues on what show them the light might mean?
I mean, I'm guessing we have to show them how to help people again. I don't really know. I mean, they're revenants, for crying out loud. They're here because they're angry. What are they so angry about?
Well, they worship Argynovost. Was maybe Argynovost desecrated in any way?
Ooh,
And they're mad about that?
maybe.
If they were knights, I would say that there's and they were dedicated to somebody or something, that there was probably been some betrayal involved in that.
Now, that elf guy we met, he was just kind of... He didn't tell us anything of any importance, right?
Other than that, this place is haunted. No, not really.
Yeah. Okay. Well, should we start looking for things to show the light to? And figure it out as we go? That seems to be how we do things in NASA. It's worked so far.
This place is pretty big. I'm assuming that we'll find something. Like maybe Haggard's right. Maybe something here was desecrated by Strahd. Maybe we do need to just kind of look around and see if we can find more information.
Would the Anti-Strahd mention this place?
Would the Anti-Strahd mention this place?
Roll a intelligence check. Add your proficiency modifier.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's a 27.
As you look through the back of the Tome of Strahd, what you realize is that he wrote a index of everything that he wrote about. And of course, there was a section labeled "How Much I Hate Argynovost." And it's kind of like petulant whining is what it reads off as. And it kind of comes down to the gist of it is they came in and kind of weren't okay with the way that he made some decisions. He never explicitly said what those decisions were. Once again, adding to the petulance. But it came down to the last sentence. If they don't want me around, well, good, because I don't want them around either.
Okay, you can't fire me, I quit. Got it.
Yeah.
Wow, Strahd he's really losing a lot of his rep with me.
He's something else.
He had a rep with you?
He seems so strong. He's so silent, but he's the opposite.
Underneath
are shattered.
Is a bunch of just random names. Roll a wisdom check.
All right. That is a 7.
You can't put them to like any like particular race or to any particular like. There's no similarities between that and others that you come into. They seem kind of like code names for himself whenever he wants people to believe what he tells them.
Strahd must go to great lengths to cover how much beard his neck has.
I have a feeling Kylo Ren was based off of Strahd after hearing a lot. They're pretty much spot on.
Anything else you want to look in the book for?
Does it mention Strahd casting a darkness on this place?
As you look, you tell Lucian to look through the index for that, and the closest thing that comes up to it is emo poetry.
As a bard, I want to read it. No.
I hand him the book.
There's no need to, like, as you go through this, it's the most uninspired drivel. Like, you have seen kindergartners have forced poetry assignments that have had better lines than what Strahd is using. Like, he rhymed the word with the same word on multiple occasions.
Oh, some Limp Biscuit stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to rhyme words.
That's literally one of the notes he put inside the poem.
Sometimes it's hard to rhyme words. All right. Well, why don't we head upstairs then, guys? Because we haven't seen any more doors down here, right? Okay.
Not in that particular place. No, in this room, there is a door right here.
Oh, okay.
And strangely enough, another door right there.
Dibs.
On which?
I don't know.
Okay. I call dibs on this one then, so you have dibs on the other.
All right, so Leovan, as you open the door, you're back into the main hall.
I don't mean to interrupt, but are we missing someone on the map?
We are. We are missing somebody on the map. Let me pull up Toni.
Because he was off looking at something, right?
He found something.
We've never remedied where I've been for the last session.
Yeah,
You were the fire dragon the whole time.
Can I tell this is the main hall?
Yes.
Okay.
You know immediately this is the main hall. Thank you for reminding me, by the way.
I called dibs on the wrong door. Oh no, Toni found us.
All right, Toni, what have you been doing in the hour or so in game that you were away?
Playing with myself.
Okay, and as you
Also known as tinkering in the gnome ways.
Also a TMI.
yeah, so as you come back from your vivid imagination zone, you re-enter the main doors and you see Leovan just coming out of the room that he was just in, a little bit bewildered at the fire spirit he just saw, but you don't know specifically it's a fire spirit.
I lock eyes with Toni and close the door.
All right, moving up north to where Lucian is. You see tattered velvet drapes covering the tall, slender windows that encircle this parlor room. The furnishings are covered with dust and cobwebs and lie in disarray. A damaged brass chandelier hangs from the ceiling, covered with a faded mural that depicts metallic dragons and colorful birds flying beneath white clouds. The chandelier itself is tilted at about a 20-degree angle due to the disrepair of the building.
Okay. I'll step into the room. Is there like anything of like any? I don't want to say anything of value, but like anything of value to us finding a way to help the revenants.
Significant.
Anything of interest?
Investigation.
Okay. Investigation. So that's a 12.
You find a single book on there, and the title of it sat there and said "How to Be Good Again." But as you flip through, you realize all the pages are burned. But no, there's really nothing of substantial value in this room. Took you about 10 minutes, but you cleaned it out.
Okay. Are there any other doors in this room?
There is. There's one leading into this room, into the east, and then the one that got you back to from where you came.
Okay. I'll keep going down these down this door rabbit hole here.
All right. You find a hallway where there's
Before I
stairs.
open this door, though, sorry. Before I open this door, I shout back in the other room. You guys can follow me if you want, and then I'll keep going.
So you end up finding it's sort of like a gated area in between that room and then this one over here. You see there's an iron gate in the center right here, taking those two squares.
Okay.
And it's locked. But it just stairs goes down to the gate, stairs goes up to this room right here.
So there's a gate barring me from getting to that other room?
No, there's a gate barring you from leaving to the north.
Oh, okay. So it's just outside past the gate?
Yep.
Okay. Keep going and see what's in this room over here.
This one, as you see, is got tattered brown drapes, kind of dreary, covering the windows of the circular room, and a heavy curtain hanging across the archway to the south. Strewn across the floor is the wreckage of a half a dozen beds and other pieces of furniture. Based off of rooms like this you've seen before, this seems like the servants' quarters.
Okay, I was going to ask if it was barracks, but servants' quarters makes sense too.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like Tony's been in there.
Roll a wisdom check, Hagrid.
Are there remnants of stools?
Yes, there's shit everywhere.
Okay, then I've probably been in there.
An adjusted 19.
You sit there and realize this is not a path of thought you really would enjoy going down. And you successfully scrub that thought from your mind.
Okay, I will head back down.
And that finishes out your search of the first floor, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we find a staircase?
Yes, there's ones right here.
Right.
Yeah, it's the
there.
one in the main hall.
Gotcha.
This would be a lot easier if I, had computer drawing skills. But I don't, and it sucks for you guys.
All right, going up, I guess. Left or right, guys?
Left.
Okay, I heard left.
That's as good as any.
Never actually
All right, that puts you guys right here on this map. On the one farther down.
Oh, okay.
Just to give you an idea, like this area in here in the middle just overlooks the main hall. So you're on like a balcony of this area. Two stone balconies flank the main foyer. Balusters carved to resemble knights in shining armor support the elegantly carved stone railings. Weapons and shields festoon the walls along each of these balconies, while alabaster busts of handsome white men flank hallways that lead to the north and south away from the foyer. At the end of the west end of each balcony is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase going up. So your spiral staircases...
So they'll be right here?
Yep, there's one here, other right there. And the reason why is because it's white marble, by the way.
Hey guys, look at festoonery.
What?
Look, guys, festoonery.
Festoonery? You're saying a lot of words that I don't know, Hagrid. Does a baluster hold up a banister?
Quite possibly.
As you look through the index of Strahd, you find nothing to define what a baluster is.
You know what? I'm about to just hand that book off to somebody else. This book is so terrible. I got everything I wanted out of it.
Not all information is information you wish you had. Be careful, guys.
No, I will hand the book off to someone else next time we get a long rest, because I still want to try. I want to make a copy of that one very pertinent journal entry.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of long rests, I don't want to stop the progress you've made so far, but we can in the near future, or not too distant future, I mean.
Are you low on health?
I'm not low on health, but I did use a number of spell slots.
Oh yeah, okay.
So just whenever we, find a good spot. Not right now. I'm not suggesting it now. Just whenever.
Just keep it in mind. All right.
Yep.
Oh, I bit my lip.
Is there a door to this room that we're closest to?
There should be. Oh, these pretzels suck.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
So this line right here does not actually exist. As you look in through, there's a hallway, and then you have doors. One is right here, and there's another one right here. There's another one right there, and a fourth one right there.
Should we go north first?
Yeah, we went left.
Mm-hmm. Okay, which room would you like to explore first?
Yeah, someone want to ping what room they want to go to, and we'll definitely go there. I don't need to be leading the charge all the time.
Yes.
There's no one here to lie to, it doesn't seem, so.
Except each other.
Start with the most left.
That's my plan.
Most left. All right.
Okay. The contents of this room are draped in cobwebs. Between the curtained windows stands a black marble hearth with a sculpted mantelpiece, above which hangs a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a wry smile and a thick mane of thistledown hair. Opposite the fireplace is a large bed with a rotting mattress and wooden post carved to resemble dragons and a gnome-shaped hole in it. Across from the double doors stands a tall wardrobe, its doors hanging open, revealing a dark and empty cavity. The only other piece of this furniture is an overstuffed leather chair that faces the hearth.
I want to hold Toni up to the gnome-sized hole.
It is an exact match.
What did you do?
Somebody throw Toni through that wall already?
Try turning him.
Well, remember when I said I was off tinkering? Yeah, things got a little out of hand.
So you've already been here.
I thought tinkering meant things were in your hand.
In a manner, I've already been here.
Toni, you both confuse and intrigue me. Hey, Crispin, you should go. I heard a story from a bard one time about a portal in the back of a wardrobe to a magical land. You should go see if there's one in that wardrobe.
I have not heard of this story, but it sounds quite fascinating.
Where
I
is
think it was
that
called
wardrobe?
I'm
Nornia.
gonna go look for it.
Show me this wardrobe.
Crispin is jumping into the closet.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. And roll
That's the book. No, what am I rolling? Sorry.
perception.
10 plus perception is
Please roll low. Please roll.
12.
You sit there and you focus with all of your might. Based off of your actions, you genuinely believe that there is another portal here, and you can't see it. But your first thoughts are, you know what? Maybe it's one of those things I have to believe in order to get into. And you swear you hear a lion's roar that sounds a lot like Liam Neeson. But you don't know how to complete the travel over the portal.
Did anybody else just hear the famous bard Liam Neeson?
Never
Tony,
heard of.
fine, you just can't stop thinking of the word bananas.
Okay. After a while, I'm assuming I'm figuring it out. I'm going to do a minor illusion to make it look like there's a portal there. I'm going to tell Lucian I found a portal.
All right, go ahead and describe the portal, just for color.
We're going with the classic spiral, the blue and black spiral portal.
Wonderful. Continue on.
I'm going to get on with this. I'm going to assist and use my minor illusion to make the sounds of another realm to aid to the illusion of the portal.
Okay, there's a slight ethereal sound that now comes through it.
Lucian, come quick! Look what I found! It's the portal you talked about.
I come bursting in, like, completely surprised that my lie was actually, like, a truth.
It is convincing. You come in and at first glance you sit there, it's like, oh my god, I need to lie more often.
As it gets closer, I slightly change the illusion so you can vaguely see like the picture of a horseman with a pan flute.
All right.
And I add the nature sounds.
I think those are called satyrs.
Whatever.
You find a satyr roughly the size of Danny DeVito's character in Hercules.
Danny DeVito.
I want to try to go through the portal. This looks so legit.
All right. Roll a dexterity check.
I choose to fail this one. Can I choose to fail it, Jay?
Yes, you can.
All right, that's what I do.
You walk straight into it, with absolute certainty there's going to be something on the other side, and you just run straight into the wall. Take 1 point of psychic damage for embarrassment.
Crispin starts laughing hysterically. Then he remembers he hurt his only friend who bought him a beer once and starts throwing all his gold at him, saying, "I'm sorry. Please be my friend still."
I start sneakily trying to pick up the gold.
I was going to say I pick up all the gold, pocket one, and hand it all back to Crispin.
It's only 10 gold, so I get 9 back.
All right, to see who gets to reach at the gold first, Toni, roll a dexterity or a sleight of hand check. Lucian, roll it with disadvantage because you're still wincing off running into a door.
How about a 25?
For a sleight of hand check?
Yeah. I'm
you can't hit
proficient in
shit with a gun, but you can roll a 25 for a sleight of hand check.
I'm proficient in sleight of hand.
Yeah, he's proficient in outside of battle.
Mine is a 21.
All right. It comes up to a 6-4 split. Toni with 6, Lucian with 4.
Okay, I want to pocket one and hand the 3 back to Crispin. Say Tony's got
another sleight of hand check to see how slyly you can do it without him noticing. And then, Crispin, what's your passive perception?
It is a 12.
Yeah.
That's a adjusted 20.
Oh yeah, you easily played a shell game and you pocketed 1 gold.
Then I look at the 3.
I meticulously start counting out the coins and sticking them into Crispin's hand. Very overly dramatic sense.
What? Thank you. You're donating to me? Wow. I've got the greatest friends in the world.
Also, I want to pull out. So I forgot to divvy this stuff up before, guys, but we've got 180 electrum and 110 gold pieces that we found when we got the Tome of Strahd. So that's 22 gold to each of us.
Ooh.
And 36 electrum.
What's an electrum worth?
A lot, I think, right?
Silver or half a gold.
Plus gold.
Yeah.
Wait, how many gold was that?
So it's
66, or it's 22 gold and 36 electrum.
Yeah. So the way that electrum works is 2 electrum equal 1 gold, but 1 electrum equals 5 silver. So it's essentially half a gold.
Interesting.
$50.
I'm a rich little fucker. I need something to spend money on.
No, I'm not putting prostitution into this game.
Also, DM, what is... So I have this thing, this grimoire of 4 quarters written down, some sort of treaty. maybe. I don't know what that is though. Grimoire of 4 quarters.
That was one of the books that Lady Watcher had,
Mm-hmm.
and it chronicled. And let me look up the name of this individual. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick.
Ah, jeez.
Crispin, you realize we just fooled our most devious player.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by that actually, that I was so easily deceived.
I
That's
feel
Magic.
awful
You're not so great
inside.
at the magic stuff.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So roll a intelligence check to see how quickly you can speed read the grimoire.
Okay. Let's see. That is a 11.
Yeah, speed reading is a very generous way of describing it. It's probably no faster than any literate person could read this, probably because of the terrible handwriting. But this was this grimoire is kind of a extremist manifesto written by someone named Devostus. Devostus, at the end, there's some historical footnotes. He was drawn and quartered for some of his blasphemous thoughts, and however didn't die. There's some arcane symbols on there. You don't really know specifically what they refer to.
Okay.
But the
Do I recognize them as arcane symbols?
What's that?
Do I recognize the symbols as arcane in nature?
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
easily.
I'll toss the book to Tony.
Okay.
What do you want me to do with this?
There's some arcane symbols in there. I figure since you're now sort of wizardy, that maybe you.
I
Would
would
know
like
what they
to
are.
investigate Arcana symbols.
Roll a d20 or just roll Arcana.
I can roll Arcana. How about a 14?
This is a variant of a spell that you have limited knowledge in. It's called Shield. And when you look through this, you realize that this isn't the original grimoire. Your thoughts are that some of the thoughts on here is enough to drive someone mad, and this shield is enough so that someone can understand what's going on without losing their minds.
Yeah, it looks like this is a kind of ward shielding spell for the sheer insanity contained within said grimoire.
If you sit there and spend a long rest focusing on this, you can add shield into your spells for no cost.
I will hold on to that then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry, that was kind of a side note, guys. I had that written down from when we found the journal, and I didn't investigate it any further. All right.
So this one's pretty much tapped then, right?
Yes. Unless the portal.
Is there only the one door into this room, the one from the hallway?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'm going
there's
to.
a portal that leads to another realm.
I'm going to, while massaging my nose and my ego simultaneously, walk out of the room.
As you turn around and look away, it's now that you've made physical contact with it, it is obvious the illusion that was meant to deceive you.
I go to high five Crispin.
I accept.
Maybe I just wanted to believe.
Yeah, Tony, roll a dexterity check to see how high you can truly get your hand up.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. This is a 19.
You put your hand up, Crispin, and you put it up to what your normal half-orc would high five. Just sitting there, it's like, I'm gonna mess with him. Tony had like an Olympic level high jump in order to get there, flip, and then slap you on the hand. It's mildly impressive.
I saunter out the room, cocky-like.
What's gotten into Tony? Something happened when he's gone. He's turned into competent.
Don't worry, guys. I'll fix that in the next 5 minutes.
For this room here, is the doorway in this hallway or in this hallway?
So the entrance is right there.
Okay, I'll try this one next.
That's number 26. The door to this room hangs open and ajar. 2 beds with torn canopies stand against opposite walls with tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set onto the far wall is a fireplace full of black soot. A soft hiss issues from the hearth. And then the fireplace is right here.
Okay, I would like to stealthily investigate the fireplace.
A small hissing dragon made of ash and smoke erupts from the fireplace, filling the room with soot as it beats its wings. As you look, there's a small, like dragonoid animal just flying around.
Like it's flying around the room now?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a
roll animal handling on this.
Okay.
One of the more rarely used checks in our game.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Holy shit, a dragonette.
Dragonette.
Like a girl dragon?
No, it's like a dragon that traps things.
I'll kind of shout back into the hallway like, anyone got anything on tiny smoke dragons?
I already got
Does it
2
look
minions.
anything like the giant smoke dragon we saw?
Does it look reminiscent of when we saw Argynovost at all?
No.
No.
This one has a body.
And it doesn't seem hostile in any way, though.
Oh, I haven't had a roll for
Just flying
initiative yet.
around? Yeah.
Roll.
Could I pull meat out of my pack and try and bribe it with food?
Oh, no.
Also roll animal handling.
How about a 15?
Yeah, it looks like it's a trained dragonette. As it's flying around, it's not looking. It's more the old shark-related adage. It's more scared of you than you are of it.
Punch it
And
in the
it's-
nose.
Yeah, and as soon as you look into your pack and find a little bit of the equivalent of turkey jerky, because gnomes got to stay fit for whatever gnomes do. You lift it up and it looks and it immediately just lands on your shoulder, starting to peck at it.
All right. I'll put the meat on AS's shoulder and keep sauntering around while feeding the damn thing.
It's, yeah, so you put the turkey jerky down, and as soon as you do, it just sits there, snaps at it. Once it sees that there's no more, resumes flying out the room.
Well, if it seemed trained, should we follow it? Might be going to its master.
Sure, why not?
Can I look in the fireplace, see like what it was? If it is trained, like what was it doing in there?
Yeah, roll perception first to know what you see.
Oh my god, so many bad rolls. That's a 11 again.
The only thing that you really notice is that area was warmer than the rest of the hall so far.
So it's a fireplace.
Can I like get down on a knee and like poke around with the tip of a dagger to try to like move some of the stuff around, see if there's anything in there?
Yeah, roll an attack on the contents of the fireplace.
Roll for soot in your face.
It's a 12.
Now roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. Okay, that's better. That is a 26. 24.
Yeah, as soon as you make your first poke at it, you find the dragoness little nest, and it falls down, and you instantly know the amount of soot that's coming down, and you're able to sit there and uncannily dodge your way out of the fireplace. And as you stand up, the cloud of soot sits there and gets you about knee high. So congratulations, you have soot on your knees instead of your face.
That's good. All right, I'm
Take another point of embarrassment damage.
I'm all done in the room.
Okay. For those of you who were paying attention to which way the dragonette was flying,
Yeah.
you actually, so you noticed that it flew up this way and up those stairs.
Interesting. Well, should we follow or keep exploring?
Let's round out the other rooms here.
Yeah, I agree. Check those other 2 rooms, and then we'll go after that thing.
Okay. So I'm sorry, did you say these 2 rooms here?
Yeah, the top left and top right.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone stop moving the map. I need to check the map real quick.
Can we move the map?
No, I don't want you moving on the map.
So Toni Pobar's been very competent, and Lucian has ran into a fake portal and gotten soot all over him. I think we're in a Freaky Friday sort of situation right now.
Oh, it's freaking Friday.
I think it might just be another Manic Monday.
Okay.
I wish it were Sunday.
Something about Friday.
I think it's not Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah. Laven and Lucian, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Who and who?
Laven and Lucian.
Okay. Not great.
That's a 26.
8.
So Lucian and Laven, you both notice as you step right in front of the doors here, the floor begins to rise. Lucian, you know it almost instantaneously. You've seen traps like this before in your days of roguing around. As soon as the floor begins to elevate maybe a couple of millimeters, you successfully jump back as the rest of the floor creeps along and then quickly slams up into the ceiling. Laven, you notice only when you get bounced off the ceiling and down, and you take... Damn it, D6. Where'd you go? Well, you take no damage because I lost my D6.
Nice. I thought that was going to hurt.
There it is. Now you're taking damage.
Oh, just a delayed effect.
Yep. 16 points of crush damage.
Ooh, that's bad.
Wow.
Ow.
Yeah, I rolled a 6, 4, and a 6 on 3d6. And you get thrown back right here. As those traps activate, you'll see coming out from the wall of stone that just came through, and then one dropping from the ceiling right here, a couple of ghastly warriors. Everyone, I would like you to roll initiative.
Guys, I'm going to die.
Oh, that was so close to being good. Yeah, so far away.
And I ran.
I got a 17. I'll be right back.
11. Whoa, whistling, please don't.
Much of the pains.
Much of the pains.
Doop, doop, doo, 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 doo.
All right, 25 to 20.
20.
15 to 20.
Lucian said he had a 17.
Mm-hmm. Accounted for.
And 4.
10 to 15. 5 to 10.
5.
6.
So I got Hagrid with a 6,
Tony with a 5.
Tony with a 5, and Crispin, what'd you get?
A 4.
I'm back.
That brings us to start the round off with Laven.
All right. Because I do not want to die. I'm going to try an ensnaring strike. And then pull out my rapier and attack this guy.
All right, go for it.
Yo.
Let's mark this guy off as 1 then. This guy shall be Phantom Warrior the second.
It's an
This
11.
Phantom Warrior C. You rolled an 11 to hit?
Yeah.
As you sit there and bring your rapier around and pierce through, you thought that you hit, but as you look closer, sort of the form of the warrior, like kind of sort of just reshaped itself to create a hole right where you would have stabbed. And as soon as you pull your rapier back, it coalesced back into one shape.
Yep, that's not going to work.
Wow.
Anything else?
I still have an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to? I mean, you probably need to use a magical weapon.
That's
They
what I
probably have
was
resistance
just
to not
thinking.
magical weapons or immunity. I mean,
Do I still have time to switch weapons?
Oh, you certainly do.
Okay, I'm going to switch out to my flaming longsword and then swing again.
All right, roll a hit.
That's 22.
This one, it wasn't able to time it very well. As it tried to sit there and dodge through the redistribution of its body, it was not able to in time. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Baxter, shut up.
Damage or to hit?
Damage.
Uh,
If I use the wrong language, it's because I'm dumb.
it's 4 slashing and 1 fire.
All right. Is that all?
That's all I can do.
Lucian, you're up.
all right. I will.
Is it coincidence that there are 3 of them and we dispatched 3 revenants earlier?
Wasn't that 4?
No, it's 3.
But it's only been like a half hour, an hour of gameplay. And doesn't it take like 24 hours for them to regenerate or something?
That's if
Let's
they
say-
find another body.
That's sinister.
I will use my bonus action to disengage, and
Okay.
then move that way towards that one,
Mm-hmm.
and attack it with my scimitar.
Okay.
That's a 15 to hit.
A 15 does not.
Jesus. Okay.
As you slash through with the scimitar, it like you sit there and you stepped on something that just made enough noise for it to turn around and dodge through coalescence.
All right, then I will continue. No, I'll just stay right there. I'm done.
Okay. Now it's time for the Phantoms to go. And as they all begin to move, they have a completely monotone voice as they just sit there and say, we must protect the keep. We've got... Let's figure out who that guy in the middle is attacking.
Did they think they're in an Under Armour commercial?
As far as you know, maybe.
I
Where you
think
go?
if we-
2 attacks on Leovan, 2 attacks on Toni, 2 attacks on Lucian. We're going to start with Lucian first. So 11 plus 5. That's a 16 to hit.
misses.
And the last one will miss as well. Toni, you're 2. Stay on the board. That will be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Okay. And a 15 to hit.
Will not hit.
7 force damage from their sword. And finally, the 2 for Leovan. Natural 2, so that'll miss. Natural 20.
That's going to hurt.
That's 11 force damage.
Okay.
Then we have, that's the end of their turn. We'll go Haggard up next.
All right. Thinking that Toni of the diminutive stature is safe enough for me to cast Sacred Flame over the top of at that center creature.
Mm-hmm.
So I cast Sacred Flame.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit. And you're hitting the one in the middle?
Yep.
Cool.
That is an adjusted 20.
That will hit.
8.
Okay. The
8.
room is a little bit warmer. The Phantom probably notices the most out of everybody. I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No, obviously that didn't work. So too
No,
far
no,
away from anything else.
Yeah, it worked. The Sacred Flame went off, did its damage, and now the room's warmer.
Oh,
Yep. And then anything else?
yeah, I'm just gonna move.
Sweet. All right. Toni, up next.
All right. Let's see here. I would like to cast Sacred, or not fucking Sacred, Protection from Evil and Good on, who do I want to do that? Let's go with Leovan.
All right. So hold on, because this means I have to get the player's handbook.
I can read it to you. I have it exact.
Yep.
Until
Protection from evil.
Yep. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiend, and undead. This protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed...
What specific group of enemies are you giving him protection from?
It just says all those types.
You have to pick one of those.
It just says certain types of creatures. It doesn't say I have to pick a specific type.
I understand that. I'm making you pick.
Then undead it is.
All right. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, so I put that on Leovan.
All right, Leovan, for you right now, if any undead attack you during the duration of the spell, it automatically has disadvantage against you.
Cool.
And beyond that, I can't. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck where I'm at, so there's not much else I can do right now.
Okay. That brings us to Crispin.
All right. Well, the only offensive spell that I have that would work is Thunderwave, and that would mess everyone's day up. So I'm gonna try to think outside the box. I don't know if it's gonna fly, but I'm gonna take out a piece of gold and flick it at this gentleman right here. And right when it's passing into his zone, I'm gonna cast a Heat Metal on it.
Okay. We're going to start off with you making a ranged attack with a simple weapon. If you have proficiency in simple weapons, go ahead and add your proficiency modifier on it.
Let's see. I do. That is a 13 plus 3, so 16.
That just barely hits. So let's mark off the damage here. It'll do 1 damage. And now, charisma is your spellcasting modifier, right?
Yes.
Throw in a charisma check with your proficiency modifier to see if you can get the incantation completed as it's in the air.
Okay. Oh no. That is a charisma is 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 3, 15.
15 just was barely enough to get the incantation off. Keep metal damage.
All right, and that is 2d8. 7 plus 5 is 12. Yes.
All right. That one in one of your more one of the bard's more inventive schemes went off without a hitch. It started off as a minor nuisance. And you just hear more agonized groans from this phantom right here. It looks to be taking a beating. And that brings us back up to the top, Laven.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on this dude.
You do so.
And then I'm swinging my sword.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20.
That one, yeah, I'm not going to describe it. That one just gets him right across his ghostly neck.
That's... Where am I?
Double all of your dice on this, by the way.
Okay, so that's a 10 on the dice, or from doubling. So 13 slashing. And 6 fire.
Nice. This guy, while still alive, looks a lot like Ichabod Crane right now. Well, heavily armored Ichabod Crane. Anything else you'd like to do?
Oh, I get another attack, don't I? Hit him again. So 15 to hit.
15. From the way that the head fell on this, is he can see both you attacking him and his own body, and was able to control his body enough to allow the smoke to dissipate around where you're attacking, and the attack just harmlessly passes through him. So now you're getting the idea that it maybe wasn't your rapier that was the problem, it was the fact that you telegraphed your swings too much.
Or that my head is attached to my body.
Also a possible takeaway. Lucian, you're up next.
All right, I'm going to try to attack the one behind Laven again, the one that's in front of me.
Okay.
With my scimitar.
Crap, I didn't use my... Damn.
That's an 18 to hit.
That one does hit.
Okay. So that... What am I at? I'm at... So I need 6d6. All right.
Sorry, were you rolling dice or shaking a maraca?
Yes.
So that's 19 damage.
19 damage, nice.
And then I'll follow up with my Flame Tongue Dagger in my other hand.
All right.
And that is a 22 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
All right. And that's 7 damage.
All right. As Bieo kind of screams through the air as it slashes through the ghost, the Flame Tongue Dagger catches him right in the back, and you see as the entire figure becomes immolated and then just falls to the ground in a bunch of ectoplasm.
As a free action, I say, that was cool. And I'm done with my turn.
All right. That brings us to the Phantoms now. The Headless one is going to make 2 strikes at Leovan at disadvantage because they are undead. Well,
Yeah,
that's
guessed right.
yeah. That would have been a 22 and a 7. So the 7 overrides. So 20 and a 3. Yeah, so it's great at predicting where you're going to attack it. It's not great at controlling its own arm. Yeah, both strikes just slash an X pattern, and you're able to easily dodge it. We got 2 going after Lucian right now. That's a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
And stay on the damn board. That's another 22 to hit.
Okay. I will use Uncanny Dodge on the first one.
So that will be 10 total force damage.
That's halved.
That is your total. So it would have been 14, but it got halved down to 10.
Okay.
That brings us up to Hagrid.
All right, I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon in the form of my usual Psi,
Wonderful.
and I would like to place it. It won't work. There. I would like to place it there. And attack. I think it's the first one on the left.
Hold on one second. Let me get this down. For the ease of putting something down, there's your Psi.
Okay.
And you're attacking this one right here with the spiritual weapon.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
Get it done. That is an adjusted 20.
That will hit.
And it's 28. That's 6
Okay.
of, I guess, slashing damage. I'm not sure.
We'll call this one Radiant,
Okay.
as it's a spiritual weapon.
And then as a bonus attack, I would like to make it move to hit the one down on the other end.
Let's see here. So to go through somebody, what's its move speed?
I don't know. All it says is I can move it up to 20 feet.
So if we treat where people are actively in as difficult terrain, you'd be able to get it to just right where this dead phantom is right here. However, you can use your bonus action to make another attack with the spiritual weapon.
Yeah, I'll leave it where it is then and attack the same one.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit again.
26. Yeah.
You know what? I think that certainly hits.
And that is 11 radiant damage.
Wonderful. Yeah, as the Psi comes around and circles around and makes another strike, this one finds a hole right between sort of the gauntlets and the paulets. As you slice down through it, it did not realize it at all, and now you have a one-handed Phantom Warrior. That brings us to Toni.
All right. I guess I will Ray of Frost this dum-dum.
Go ahead. It's going to get a little bit of an AC bump due to the fact that there's no clear shot.
Okay.
Mhm.
Chaps, leave it alone. Ooh, that's not gonna do shit. That's an 11.
Now roll a D100.
Chaps. Stop it. D1 hundo. I got a 98.
What's the AC for AS?
Give me a quick second. I don't have that in front of. Stop it, Chaps. One quick second. Chaps, stop banging on my keyboard. It is. Oh, thank you. His AC is 13.
Okay, so it got dangerously close to hitting your automaton, but AS recognized your ideas early enough to dodge out of the way.
Okay, good deal.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Could I cast it again since it is technically a cantrip?
You can cast any other spell. I think what we'll do is you just can't cast the same spell twice.
Okie dokie then. Let me see what I. Fuck it. Let's try thunder cannon him.
Okay. Once again, it's going to get an AC bump.
I can do that.
Unless you've got sharpshooter, then it can ignore cover.
I do not have sharpshooter.
All right, roll to hit.
How about a 21?
That one will suffice. Yep. Roll damage.
All right.
And then Lucian, roll a D100 to determine how much tinnitus you have.
Okay.
How about 14 damage?
14 damage. That's a significant amount.
That's the maximum I can do.
85.
85? That's a little bit. It could have been worse. He could have stood right behind you. But it's a little jarring. Yeah, that brings us to Crispin.
All right, and there's not much I can do. Shit. I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on Toni then.
Okay.
And that is, how much does he get to you? 1d8 plus 4. And Toni, you get yourself 9 hit points.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You're quite welcome. And if I try to attack anything, it's going to hurt everybody, so that will end my turn.
Top of the round for Laven.
All right, I'm going to fake and then hit the other direction.
Okay.
15 to hit.
Just barely misses. You mistimed it a little bit. You got cheeky. And you just didn't recognize the distance between you and the Phantom.
Try it one more time. That is 17 to hit.
You made the correct adjustment on that. With a little flourish, you connect soundly. Go ahead and roll the damage.
That's 4 slashing, 3 from the hunter's mark, and then 2 fire.
You really don't know Ghostly's physiology enough, but from what you can guess is Ichabod Crane over here is about dead. Well, about to be re-dead.
Can you kill a ghost?
I don't know. Can you?
You just re-deaden them.
Yep. Lucian, you're up.
Okay. Do I? Am I flanking with a spiritual weapon? Like, is that granting me a flank?
I would say yes, but AS would have granted you that as well.
Okay. All right. I'll attack with Biello. Fuck. Seriously? A 3 and a 5? All right, I missed. I'll follow up with my Flame Tongue Dagger.
Okay.
Natural 20.
You know what? Knowing that you have sneak attack on this, I'm not going to make you roll damage unless you want to. Because you probably killed it.
I kind of want
Go for it then.
to. All right. So it's 8, 12, 16, 24. So 48 damage.
Yeah, describe your overkill.
I go to swing with my right hand with Biello, like head level on the phantom, and I miss, or the phantom disperses and blade passes through, and I use the momentum. I spin around, and with my left hand I catch him with the flame tongue dagger. And I liked immolating the last one, so I want to do that again.
All right. As this one, as you slice through, as the flame tongue dagger slices through and bisects the phantom, the flame just begins to grow and grow and grow more until it becomes a approximately 6 foot tall torch in the hallway, until it all just collapses down. There's a small pool of ectoplasm once again, now on your other foot.
Nice. I'm like,
yeah,
guys, I think we're onto something.
Yep. Now we have the lone remaining Phantom Warrior go, attacking with disadvantage, natural 20, and a 5. Damn, Laven, you're getting good. 19 and a 6. So that would have been 19 plus 11 to hit.
You asking me? You asking me?
Yes.
An 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, that misses.
All right, cool. Once again, the art of headless fighting is not going well. Hagrid.
Doesn't really say that I can do it as my primary action, but I would like to know if I can move the spectral or the spiritual weapon, and how far can I go if I can.
Because there's nothing covering this, I'm going to sit there and put the general rule of the dash down. If you use your main action to dash the spiritual weapon, you can use your bonus action to attack with it.
All right, would I be able to place it near
5, 15, 20. So it'd take the equivalent of 30 feet of movement, leaving 10 left over. So you can sit there, slide down, attack, and then drop it down right there. I'm sorry, just in between Lucian and Leovan, in order to get your attack off.
Well, I can't attack further out than 5 feet, so that's...
Yeah, so you sit there and you share the space with Leovan for the attack, and then the sword just would have to bounce back and recoil in order to find an unoccupied square. So it's essentially flavor.
Okay, so I'm not following.
So you can sit there and use the dash to make the spiritual weapon attack. And then because we have the limitations of everybody has to have an unoccupied square, there's got to be a little bit of blowback and recoil from the blast. And all that means is that it is going to be occupying this square right here when everything's said and done. So we're just trying to take the limitations of the map and make it work.
All right. Just as a point, and maybe it just doesn't spell it out in here, but it does not say that this weapon has to occupy or has to be in an unoccupied space. So, but if that's just a general rule, then that's fine.
Well, actually, there's one thing that I totally did not consider is if it ended a turn above. Because that's another limitation of the map is we have no Z access. So what we'll just say is like it comes down and it swipes up, so it ends the turn above Leovan.
Okay.
So that's what we'll roll it as.
So I'll need to roll to attack, which is a 24.
That certainly hits. Due to the dash on this, I'm going to call the damage upped by an extra D4.
And that gives him 8 radiant.
Yeah. Describe your kill.
As the Psy comes screaming across the hallway.
That's the wrong item. I killed your sword. Sorry.
It does a little pirouette right above the specter and slices down right through the top of his head.
All right. As it happens, we have our third piece of ectoplasm hitting the floor. The dust begins to settle. The stone columns begin to lower down, and you see the doors to the room again.
So try opening the doors now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Someone else go first.
All right, Lucian, roll an investigation check.
Okay. Natural one.
You see a hallway. There's a door at the end of this hallway.
I open the door.
There we go. Tattered and faded drapes cover the windows of the circular room. Empty torch sconces line the walls. Broken bunk beds and armor stands are strewn across the floor.
So this kind of looks like a barracks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll another investigation check.
Can I take 20 on it?
You take the next couple of minutes just to scan the room, and you find a small wooden coffer among the wreckage in this room.
What is a coffer?
Small, like it's like a chest but smaller.
Oh, okay.
Like
Is it locked?
The coffers means get all your money.
A thing with
Gotcha.
money in it.
Yeah.
Is it locked?
Roll investigation.
Let's say 26.
No.
Okay. I will open it.
You find 4 vials of fluid in there. Based off of your knowledge of this, is you can certainly tell that they're potions, but you've never seen any with this sort of presentation in terms of color, viscosity, size.
Okay.
So you could just put down 4 potions?
All right. Is there anything else in the room, like a journal or anything like that from any of the Order of the Silver Dragon?
Yeah, based off your take, Toni, you find a couple of like reports that were in the process of being completed. These are hundreds of years old. Based off of your knowledge of the history, it kind of comes down to like when the battle between the Order of the Silver Dragon and Emo Kid Strahd took place. And they look kind of like field reports. There's a clear, there's clear editorializing going on here. These guys see themselves as the heroes, and that there's no greater commitment than to protect the keep and to protect those who align with the keep.
Okay. So Nothing that shows the fall of these particular gentlemen.
Not those individual ones. No, this one. As you're looking through, you're beginning to learn that a lot of the motivating factors here has been coming down towards protecting those who are not as
Strong.
well equipped to handle signs of aggression.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try the other room, guys. This one was a barracks, and I found some weird potion things in here.
Did you drink them?
No, I tend not to drink things that I
Did
don't
you
know what they
smell
are.
them?
I'll pop the cork off one of them and give it a sniff.
It smells. It's a very strong smell. It smells a lot like red onions,
Red onions. Interesting.
or in my mind, brown onions.
It's got a very strong, mildly acidic smell.
Crispin, if you think that your character would know a bit about potion brewing, go ahead and roll we'll call it a science check. Use your intelligence modifier.
I give it a shot, but that's not a good modifier. Ooh, that's a 7. So no.
Leovan, you've got a poisoner's kit, right? Would you be able to like try to see if any of the components from that kit are in here, like if this is a poison or anything like that?
I think you have me confused with someone else.
You don't have a poisoner's kit?
Wait, yeah, I do. Wait, when did I get that?
You got it from Esmeralda, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
As you look for your backpack, it's like, oh man, there's a whole bunch of cool shit in here. Snacks? Oh my god.
My blood.
A love note from my mommy? How long has this been in here?
I don't check my bag very often. All right, so I'll mess around with the poisoner's kit and see if I can figure out what it is.
Roll investigation with advantage because of the kit.
That's a natural 20.
This isn't a poison at all. This is a potion, and from the hints that you get around, you've seen things like this before. They're potions of invulnerability. They would grant you immunity to damage for 30 seconds.
How many are there?
4.
4.
And there's 5 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
6
tell Tony.
hits.
I think these are really helpful for people over 4 feet tall.
Roll deception.
6 plus 0.
Can I see if he's full of shit?
Yeah, Tony, this is what you've heard. Take that information as you will.
I want to see if he's full of shit. Can I figure out if he's full of shit? Oh. What do I need to roll for that?
Insight.
Let's see here. That would be a 19.
You're very certain he's not telling the full story.
Whatever you say, short sword. I'll just leave it at that.
I do not get what he's saying, so... these are not poisons.
Well, that's good.
Should I just hold on to them since we're... Because it's not going to be one a person anyway. We can divvy them up as we need them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Just somebody remind me because I'll forget they're in here.
Okay. All right. I'll check the other door on the other side of the hall now.
All right, you find another similar knight's quarters. You find 5 dirt cake windows that allow very little light to enter, and between them are 4 empty armor stands. Empty torch sconces line the walls.
So it's pretty dark in this room.
Mm-hmm. However, your dark vision sits there, and you can see various shades of gray on here. You know, yay, half elves and all that shit.
Right. Can I take one of the or can I use the tinderbox from my burglar's pack to light the sconces?
Yeah, you can try.
Man, wouldn't it be nice if somebody had a light spell?
I have a lightning spell.
Why are you walking away from us, Tony? Even if I yelled, you probably couldn't hear me.
Yeah, wandering around.
Yeah, so you light one of the sconces. It comes in, and you see a room very similar to the other knight's quarters on the other side.
Knowing that I had to do some digging around in the other room, I'm just going to shout for light behind me because the sconces aren't doing a lot.
All right. I'll use my little freaking spider familiar and cast light on him and send him into the room on the ceiling.
Okay, there's a very weird spider-shaped chandelier hanging from the ceiling right now. And it kind of messes with your eyes for a little bit just when the legs get in the way of where the light is trying to be shown. And then as you get used to it and you time it out well, you can sit there and make a sweep of the room.
Okay, can I take 20 on investigating the room again?
You can. Nothing of value turns up.
Okay. Even less in this room, guys. I guess we should probably move on. They were both barracks, so I mean we're on to something, but I haven't found anything that has sort of told me what happened to these guys, that they lost their way, that we can help them, find it again. The other room had basically some reports, but they were all like, we're the heroes, woohoo! So I didn't think that was very pertinent.
Don't forget we saw that dragon thing go up the stairs.
True, yeah.
So if we find nothing, we at least have that lead.
When we got to the top of the stairs, Jay, what the hell is that?
That right there, those are like tiny alcoves. Based off of the one on the north and kind of the signs around there, you get the best guess that is a bathroom, and the one to the south looks like it's a janitor's closet, just based off of the signs.
Okay. How do we get to back here?
Walk through. Like I said, not the best map making skills because I was trying to do that in a hurry.
Okay.
Yeah. So unless I tell you that there's specifically a wall, don't assume there's walls.
So is there anything back here where we're at now?
That is Q24. There is something of importance there. That is the balcony to the chapel.
Oh, so is this the chapel back here then?
Yes.
Where we fought the Revenants before?
So specifically, this wooden balcony overhangs the mansion's chapel, as exquisitely carved wooden thrones rest at the west end between 2 doors, and narrow archways lead to spiral staircases going up and down. Hanging from the high ceiling is an iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons. So you can look down on it. You can see the ashes of the Revenants you fought earlier. Yeah.
Are there candles in the candle holders?
Spiral staircases right here and right here.
Right, the ones that we couldn't get to because there was shit in the way or a big locked door.
Oh, yeah, now you can
travel. Oh, okay.
But you cannot travel down because of, like I said, the debris from earlier.
Right.
But in terms of candles, most of them look like they have been melted down to its core. Do candles have cores? I don't know. They're melted.
Unusable.
Yes.
What are you thinking, Laven?
I was thinking candles are light and they're silver dragons, so maybe there's something to that.
Show them this candle.
I don't know that light's that literal.
I'm just trying to take like. Well, maybe they'll make them stop fighting us or something.
We'll circle back to that.
Yeah. Hey, Rev, here you go. Oh my God, my missing candle.
Okay.
They don't have the like. What's the word? Like matches.
I'm sorry, I don't know where you're going with this.
They don't know how to light them. They just know they were on and then they went off.
So they're so angry and fighting everybody because their power bill wasn't paid.
Maybe there's something pacifying about the smell.
So, to
Like a lavender
facilitate
candle?
Leovan, could I attempt to use mending on one of the candles and at least give him a wax stick?
Considering that the candle's not broken, you can certainly try.
I would like to try.
All right, roll an Arcana check.
It's not like mending undoes time on a candle.
Hey, there's still plenty of wax stuck to all the shit, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
Arcana is going to be a 12.
All right, and you have a component pouch, correct?
Yes.
You put magnets onto a candle, and the magnets stick to each other. You can't get it down because candles aren't magnetic or broken.
Good deal. So I'll scoop up some of the wax and hand it to him and go, here you go.
Tony, wax alone does not a candle make.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Which staircase did you guys see the dragon go up?
The one on the southwest.
That one there. Okay.
Yep.
Let's check these 2 rooms before we head up.
Sounds good.
Yep.
That one, I can just take your time right now. These are ravaged rooms where you can sit up there and see the spiders down below that you guys didn't want to fight the first time around. There's nothing really to recover. Once again, this room was destroyed in a most likely Torgian experience.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll follow the little dragon up. Someone who doesn't
better
have
idea.
shit. What's
Why
up?
don't we go up those spiral staircases we couldn't access because Little Dragon Man's probably going to his master.
Because those ones only go down to
No,
the
they
chapel.
They
and
only
then
go
walk
up.
off.
They go up.
Yeah, if we go
can't
down, we hit the debris. If we go up, we hit the question mark.
This is the lowest that they go. They don't go all the way down to the ground floor.
Right.
But they do go up further.
Like the spiral staircases that we're walking towards, like the one that Laven's at.
No, the
those
ones
go.
back here.
The ones back here by the...
So, hold on, guys. I can sell this. The ones right here go up, but they don't go down any further because of debris. The ones right here go both up and down.
I say we
Okay.
take the back ones just to be safe.
Yeah, if there's a path we couldn't take before, now we can take it now. Let's do it.
I don't want to listen to Tony. I'm taking this one.
Bold move by the guy at low HP.
I've got 4 potions of invulnerability.
It totally is the DM editorializing.
All right. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Let's go to the staircases
Really,
to the chapel.
Wait a
Really?
minute.
I complained the whole way.
What else is new? So now that you're on the 3rd floor, we are going to change maps. Oh my god. I fucked you guys over. Shit. This is a minor inconvenience. Let's try this again. And I brought rooms with me. So you guys take this stairway up, and you see the entire building just raise with you. There we go. So you see narrow windows all along here. Allow dim light to enter this 5-foot wide spiral staircase. Yeah, that's about it. As you get here, we get into, what room is this? You're in the catwalks right now of the chapel. As you head towards the west here, you see like small passages into this room right over here. This looks like how things like people would come here to do maintenance on the chandelier or to hang things off the rafters.
Okay.
And then, yeah. So one by one, you guys carefully climb on these rafters. Hagrid, just based off of your weight, you know it'd be a little bit dicey to have you on wood this old.
Okay.
Same for you, being a half-orc, Crispin.
Fair enough.
Is there a spell that one of you guys have that can help us get them over here?
I've got Featherfall. I could try to make myself lighter.
I've got Misty Step on an amulet.
Misty Step would allow you to teleport.
Yeah.
I have spike growth. I could make them
Yeah, when they
scramble
fall, they
through that.
failed.
I mean, I can choose up to 5 creatures to cast Featherfall on, so I can do it on all of us in case we do happen to fall.
Yep.
That's probably smart.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Roll an intelligence check.
Okay, that's not going to go well. That's a 5.
Yeah, okay. This is a thing you can do. You've done this before. Well, not this exact thing, but you've done things.
I have. I've done many things. Okay, then. It's done.
All right. And since I have to use the restroom, we'll go ahead and take a quick 15-minute break.
Sounds good. I have to do that as well.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
wonder how this could end. Can't be it. It won't end well. It can't. They're too motivated. This is the same night where Joe got me so riled up by saying Fight Club was a great movie.
All right, I'm back.
I'm here.
Alrighty.
Going through the back door, going through the back door, going through the back door.
I'm wondering if it doesn't. I mean, since it's so rickety, if it doesn't make sense just to go back to the other staircase.
Well, if we can take a look in there and see where those stairs go up to, and we know this room's free and clear, then yeah, we can just go up the other stairs.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll take a look before we have anybody cast any spells, or I don't know how many charges that Medallion has for Misty Step, so I don't want Haggard to use that unnecessarily either.
And also, I can actually see and hear through my spider, so if we're ever in a situation where we need to be covert and spy-ish, we can do that.
Oh, dude, you should totally put the thing on my shoulder all the time.
Alright, he can chill with you.
Because then you can see if I get in trouble.
Yeah, that's true. And I can also turn it into a series of other things. What are the options for it? I mean, it takes me an hour to do it, but I can turn it into... Well, if it... Actually, what a good idea might be is turning it into a hawk or a crow or a raven, because of where we're at. Let's see here. I get a bat, cat, crab, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, rat, raven, seahorse, spider, or weasel are my options.
Alright, I'm back.
Spider just seemed the most utilitarian.
Yeah, no, I think it's good.
And I can also cast touch spells through him, so if I leave him on you and you get into trouble, that can actually be advantageous.
Like on that familiar is technically a fey creature, and if you sit there and spend the components on it again, you can change its appearance.
Yeah, that's what I was just telling Corey. I need a new desk.
You need a new family, dude.
That's why I have you guys. Nope.
I'm back if you're waiting for me.
Oh, we're waiting on a couple people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Just waiting on Crispy.
So yeah, I was just telling Lucien that my little spider familiar thing can be a roguelike dealio, and I can see and hear through him, so...
Up to a certain distance.
100 foot.
So, yeah, well, that's the distance in which you can
command him
and give orders. So if it gets outside of the 100 feet, it's just going to listen to the last order you gave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just figured the 100 foot was a good analog for how far I can hear with it too.
Mm-hmm. No, you can see through it, and essentially you won't be able to see through your eyes because you're seeing through the spiders, but you can still talk. So hearing and seeing go through the animal, but all of your other senses will be yours on your body.
Oh, nice.
And that's not contained by the 100 feet.
Okay.
It's just, in order for you to change what the spider is doing, it has to be within its communication radius.
All right.
Because that's like I said, the Find Familiar spell is not completely written, and this is where we have precedents in other games that I've played and how we solved it, and we're just bringing that over because I'm not learning 2 sets of rules.
Okay, works for me.
Yep.
I'm good and flexible with it. Where's your other shoot jobs? Good and flexible.
Okay. Waiting on anybody?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're waiting on
Crispin back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. They're back.
During the
So-
break, Crispin and Hagrid, we were discussing me sneaking ahead to see if that entryway where the other spiral staircases is clear. That way you guys don't have to burn spells. We can just go up the other stairs.
Sure.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. Jay, am I able to traverse the catwalk without issue?
Yes.
Okay. And then you said I'm in this little room thing here. I just want to look to see like where those spiral staircases on the west end of the building, like if there's anything out there. I want to kind of sneak out there. and
Well, I
look.
need to turn on lights in order to read now. This is why I miss summer D&D. All right. So as you get in there first, you find a upstairs gallery. This room has dark wood paneling, and on the walls it rises to a height of about 3 feet. Above the paneling, the walls are painted with murals of religious figures performing holy rites. In the center of the west wall is a tattered curtain hanging in the open doorway. 3 tall, slender, stained glass windows set in from the opposite wall, depicting figures in white robes and orange sunrises behind their heads. Going from north to central to south on this, you see St. Andrew to the north, the Morning Lord, in the center, and then St. Markovia in the south. You see shatterings in the Morning Lords on the lower half, and you can walk through that shattered portion.
And that's like right here.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Okay. If I just peek through where I would be able to walk through, can I see to the staircases?
On that
Those
one,
spiral stairs.
yeah, you see a bathroom through, and you see an exit to this sort of like master bathroom right here. But you don't see anything specifically that looks like staircases.
Okay. Still attempting to be stealthy. I want to step through and look out the door to the bathroom.
All right. As you sit there and roll stealth.
Okay. It's cocked. Let's see. That's a 14.
Yeah. Yep. Oh God! Come on, back! Stop doing back things.
And then Tony, you said you're familiar with me, right?
Yeah, he's hanging out with you.
I was looking that up, but outside of character knowledge, you mentioned that the visage of the Morning Lord had a shatter in it. I may be looking into symbolism, but could that be something about bringing the light back? You think
You
that's
Repairing
something
a
worth
stained
looking
glass
into?
window.
Perhaps.
I mean, it's probably definitely symbolism. I don't know if it's a indication of a fix to the puzzle, sort of.
So this is not a carpentry mission.
I don't think so. I mean, we can try it. We've got mending.
I didn't do that time.
And I am also proficient in smithing, thieving, tinkering, leatherworking.
I didn't hear glasswork in that.
Supposed to be in here. Where the flip is it?
Well, I'm brewing. I can brew, so there's some glass in there.
Oh my God! Where is the stat block?
Chubs,
Bye.
get away.
By that logic, Tony, I can do glasswork because there's vials of ink in my forgery kit.
There
There you go. I can make a big piece of glass into many smaller pieces of glass, and then make it another big piece of glass.
Man, if roguish Crispin was around, you'd be his best friend.
All right, there we go. Yeah, so you sit there, you see through on the west portion, you see stairways. However, you're doing your best to avoid alerting anything to your presence. You've fought enough revenants and phantom warriors to know don't make noise.
Okay, but I don't see any beings out in the foyer sort of area.
You do not currently see any life or unlife forms.
Okay, I will in front of the spider hold my hand up in a thumbs up, and then turn my hand over and point down, like indicate like guys go downstairs, and then I will follow suit, but quietly leaving the bathroom again.
Make a performance check to see how well you're able to clearly put that in the spider's field of vision.
Okay. It's an 8.
For everyone who sees through, it looks like he's flipping off the spider. Just from the perspective, you can't tell if it's a thumb or middle finger.
There's a finger, guys. That's about all I can give you.
All right, I'll back up stealthily and head out to the catwalk again. And
Did you flip off the spider?
no, I told you guys to go
Oh, nice.
downstairs.
It's got 8 eyes. Pick one.
It's not
So-
that big. I held my hand in front of its whole damn face.
And then you got weird looking fingers, man.
I guess.
Roll for fingers. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so then I guess to not
Chase
have
the
to
dragon.
switch maps for not needing to change map pages.
For
Why don't we-
the sake of brevity, because there's nothing that you guys are going to encounter, is you guys can come in right there.
Hey guys, do you think this is the top of that other staircase that you guys didn't want to go up?
Laven, I will turn this party around.
Yeah. Roll for sass. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, as you come through here, as you look through 30. You see a tattered black curtain at the top of the stairwell where you guys are at. That opens in the middle.
To go out into the where we are right now.
Yeah, you'd have to sit there and look through the curtain first.
Can I use Mage Hand to open the curtain?
You certainly can. You just move your hand around and just. It looks like there's another hand that's controlled by marionettes, but as you sit there and kind of think about it, it lifts off and just darts through to the curtain. What do you want to do through it?
I just want to slide it nice and carefully. Crispin's a dainty orc.
You sit there and like pick at it with just your thumb, like the mage hand's thumb and index finger, and just lift it up. And there's a small little like slit in the curtain now you can see through, and you see a hallway with the rubble right where Laven's currently standing. That comes through. Lucian, based off of where you're standing, go ahead and roll investigation check.
Okay. Finally, a dice that doesn't go to jail.
Well, stop
That's-
rolling d6s for skill checks.
That's a 24.
You see a door just to your right. That blends in pretty damn well with the wall.
Okay. That's at the top of the staircase or in this hallway?
Just to the right of where, like to the south of where you're standing.
Oh, okay. I'd like to quietly crack the door open and peek inside.
Roll stealth in order to do shit. So
Okay. That's going to be a high one. That's that's a 26.
you see a revenant sitting on a throne right here, holding a massive greatsword by the blade, like by the middle of its blade. It does not appear to notice you.
Okay. I quietly closed the door again.
All right.
Are you going to relay that information?
Yeah, I whisper that there's a revenant sitting on a throne holding a big ass sword in there. So we should tread carefully and quietly.
I could cast heat magic on that sword. If we want to try to F it up, or we can go around.
I was thinking we could go around and keep investigating to see if we can, stop him from attacking us by fixing this problem.
Maybe
Right.
fixing the problem is going to be actually encountering him and talking to him.
It's showing him the light.
Friendship is the light. I got it.
I can always cast light on him. Drop the spider on his head and make it cast light.
Oh my God! You solved the puzzle. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
He just needs the light inside of him, guys.
Lighted head spider, awesome.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Sarcasm. No, I'm kidding.
I have an idea. Tony, if you put the spider on the back of my head and you cast light on it, and I go through the door, I'm gonna look like a god, right, walking in, and it'll evoke the image of the Morning Lord in this revenant, and then we can maybe have a rational discussion with it.
I mean, we can give it a shot.
I've
think
never
someone's
facepalmed so hard in my life.
Someone's getting inspiration.
All right.
Now my intelligence is low, but it's not this low.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's a bad idea.
We need to do this.
I kind of want to see how it plays out at this point.
I kind of want to too now.
Run me through it one more time.
So Tony's. So this spectral spider that's on my shoulder is going to go on the back of my head, and Tony's going to have it cast light. So it's going to emit a bright light. And so when I go in the door, it's going to sort of silhouette me in this light, and it's going to look very, very ethereal. And then that image is going to evoke imagery of the Morning Lord in the mind of this revenant, which is, someone like the Morning Lord is featured all over this fucking place. And then I'm going to try to use that as getting off on the right foot to talk to this revenant.
And I want to use minor illusion to give him that echoey, surreal, spiritual voice type thing.
The voice of the Metatron?
Yes.
And I'll just make high pitched what's that? Angel-y sounds.
Like choir music,
Yeah,
Roll performance to see how you do.
Well, I also have my
Haggard as my spiritual advisor. Is this stupid or not?
This is NASA firing on all cylinders right here.
Guys, stop being meta.
What do we know of the Morning Lord is an important question here.
I think a light is the only thing we really know at all. And we're basing everything on that one word.
Is he the guy in the painting?
Yes. The Morning Lord, based off of what you're able to find out, was one of the two major deities in Barovia. This one kind of symbolized what was associated with the day. So when it came down towards agriculture and commerce, and then the standing might of armies came typically towards the Morning Lord. So it was kind of an all-encompassing deity. There was no one specific thing it was for, but most of the people believe that Strahd was able to obscure the vision of the Morning Lord, and now they have been forsaken.
Do we know what the Silver Dragons believe the Morning Lord to look like? Have we seen any images of that in the castle?
You've seen the top portion of the Morning Lord based off the stained glass, and there's some tapestries that had it.
So, Lucian, you know Disguise Self, correct?
No, I don't know any spells.
Or
He makes disguises.
make disguises, yeah. So, what I'm thinking is either we can work to disguise you using the illusion spells as at least the top half of the Morning Lord and leave the bottom subjective.
I mean, I can do a polymorph if we want to get really physical with it.
Well, I'm
So you
not. I'm
can
not
go in as
trying
a
to
bear.
be the Morning Lord. I'm trying to evoke imagery of the Morning Lord.
Well, that's what I'm saying is if we make you as close to the imagery of the Morning Lord as possible, it'll give us the most leverage with the Revenants because you will be their deity in essence.
Well, then they're going to think I'm the Morning Lord. I'm not trying to be, like I said, I'm not trying to be the Morning Lord. I'm just trying to evoke imagery of the Morning Lord, like give them hope or something like
Like you're
that.
like the second coming.
I'm
Or
thinking
Sort of,
him
yeah.
in like a human elf form.
Yeah.
For the record, as you guys are discussing this, the map does not show it very well. You're all standing right next to each other on the staircase, and it is literally you're all like talking at each other's faces. 2 inches between all of you.
well, I'm thinking
while,
that
while Tony talks at Haggard's crotch.
if we can convince him at least that you are an envoy of the Morning Lord, if not the Morning Lord, we may be able to get ourselves a Revenant army for the murder of Strahd.
That's not going to happen until we can, resolve their issues with Argynovost.
Now, this piece of information might come up when they ask, but do we happen to know the Morning Lord's name? Is that something that I should be knowing?
Roll intelligence.
God, these intelligences aren't going well. That's a 6.
It's Tyler. The Morning Lord's name is Tyler.
Okay. Tyler the Creator. I think I've heard of him.
Either way, I think we need to make you as convincing as either Envoy or Morning Lord himself to give us the best advantage with this plan.
Okay, what about me doesn't look like an envoy to the Morning Lord? Like, what are you planning on changing here?
The fact that you look scrappy, weathered, more roguelike and fighter-like than something that would be construed as a Morning Lord, deity, or envoy.
Now, I know this hasn't come up in a long time, Tony, but I am wearing a very nice doublet.
Does it give the impression that you are of the light?
Well, I definitely don't look like a ragamuffin.
You look like a ragamuffin, got it.
Let's not border on blasphemy here either. Right?
All right.
Maybe this revenant would take offense to someone who is actually trying to emulate them.
Well, they've already been trying to kill us on sight, so if they're taking offense to it, I don't think it's much worse than killing us on sight.
Yeah. All right, well, we will try not to be blasphemous, which is a very, very good and valid point. So let's go with the envoy or, what's the word I'm looking for? Oracle of the Morning Lord? Something like that.
Emissary?
Oh, yeah.
How about an emissary?
Yeah, that's the word. I think that's our best plan.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Now, so to continue the illusion, I have thaumaturgy as a cantrip.
Oh yes,
Ooh, yes.
that's what the minor illusion. That's what we need is thaumaturgy.
Another question: do we have any idea what the Morning Lord symbol is?
Sun, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen it here. We know exactly what it looks like for the.
It's been plastered all over everything here.
I want to make sure we know exactly what it looks like because we're gonna minor illusion that onto your fucking chest, man.
You can sit there and do that.
No,
with
no. Put him on his palms.
Yeah, Crispin is going to sit there and
Blood.
on it.
I didn't catch any.
We're
of
giving him stigmas of the Morning Lord symbol.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So you know the shape of the Morning Lord symbol without a beat because like everyone else said, it is plastered on all of that. Crispin will probably argue that it should say Tyler right on it.
No, we're not doing it. So spider on the back of your head, casting light on it. There we go. Or
And
maybe your back
thaumaturgy.
would be better.
Gosh, I know a lot of historical songs. It's Tyler. Trust me.
No. All right. Let's go try and convince a revenant
Nice.
to stop murder.
All right.
Who had the voice alteration, the booming voice thing?
That's actually you. That's the thaumaturgy.
No, I thought someone else had mentioned it though.
Someone said
It
using
was
minor illusion to do
but
it.
if you can do it with thaumaturgy.
Just cantrip thaumaturgy.
I can do up to 3 things at one time with thaumaturgy.
you could cause the door to fly open and my voice to boom, and harmless tremors in the ground. So I think those two things would sell like this big sort of coming.
Alter the appearance of your eyes.
Another thing is if we were to cast a minor illusion of a portal of light that you walk through when the curtain blows open, that would probably be good too.
Mm.
All
All
right.
right, let's put it all together.
I do all of the things I need to do. I light up the
What is
spider
that thing I said?
and create a portal of light back here, or time it
Yeah,
when
and-
we blow the curtain open.
In experience, there's now a lighted spider sitting like right on the lower neck and upper traps of Lucian. It looks bright.
Now, hold on. If I'm reading this correctly, it says that I can create my voice to boom up to 3 times as loud. It doesn't specify that I can create someone else's voice to do the same.
Correct.
So do the other stuff then.
Yeah.
Changes eyes. Yeah. The one thing that you notice is that you'd have to have it be very, very short in there, because if someone paid close enough attention, they'd know that you were the source as opposed to Lucian. So if you stand really close to him, you could probably pass it off.
Who would
No,
do
he
that?
was saying
Range is-
not doing the voice because it would have to be his.
I'm talking about the tremors.
The range is 30 feet, so I can cast this on him within 30 feet of me, which is well within what I'm seeing on the map as.
Okay. Okay. So for the sake of time, you guys all activate what you're doing. The illusion has come in. The doublet appears to have the crest of the Morning Lord on it. Lucian looks a little bit brighter than he did before. And let me tell you, that is only in appearance only. Is that the DM editorializing again? Yes, it is. Which door are you guys entering? The secret door?
The
Yeah.
grandest.
All right. As the door opens, action.
Okay, as the door flies open, like what does the Revenant do?
Attacks.
How are you opening the door? And help?
I believe Thaumaturgy is blowing the door open.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. As the door opens, it sits there, still in not changing its body position, it just turns its head over and says, looks to you and just goes, "What do you want?" Its voice scratchy through the years of death it's kind of had to endure.
I say, I am an emissary of the Morning Lord, sent by Argynovost to relieve you of your charge.
Sure.
Yours is not to relieve me. I can only be relieved in true death.
That can be arranged.
He looks right at you and starts speaking in words you don't quite understand. Does anybody here understand Draconic?
Not in this
No, but I
campaign.
wish I did.
No.
No? Okay. He says things, he looks at you and goes, "Well, what do you have to say?"
I say you have lost your way, and I am here to bring the light.
Light.
What do you mean I've strayed from the path?
The Order of the Silver Dragon is defunct. You are no longer protecting the realm.
My job is no longer protection. It is to make sure Strahd suffers.
Perfect.
They're not
How's
doing a
that
very
going?
good job at that either, yeah.
Confinement to this world is all that
You said that confinement to the world is his ultimate punishment. That was what was said.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, oh yeah. So I say, we two.
We go. Hans, Booby, I'm your white knight.
Take inspiration. It's time for the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
We too seek to cause Strahd suffering, and we require your aid. The aid of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
What do you plan?
To remove Strahd's head permanently.
That shall not be. As he begins to stand up, moving his hand towards the sword.
Jenga.
Strahd must live in suffering for the rest of his days.
Oh, I get it. So their mission has become bastardized. Oh.
Do you say that out loud?
What are you
Agree with him.
talking about?
Just tell him what he wants to hear.
Yeah, exactly. I like that idea.
So what, you want me to tell him that we're not going to kill Strahd?
Yeah, we're just gonna
No,
make his room even
torture him.
smaller.
capture him and torture him. That's fine, right?
Okay, yeah. So we want to capture and torture Strahd.
Roll deception.
Okay. What's the bonus on that again? Okay. That is a 30.
No one has ever heard you told the truth, ever, and this applies retroactively. As he looks at you, and he kind of like just narrows his gaze a little bit, and then he just looks onto your crest. He goes, "Why are you wearing that? And get that light turned off."
I kind of like turn my head to the side and say, guys, turn it off.
As it's happening,
As soon as I hear him say it, I turn him off.
Yeah, the spider's clearly shown. He just looks like, "Do not sit there and sell me your lies. Tell me how you plan to make Strahd live in agony."
Well, being
Can
a
I come in
vampire, being a vampire, Strahd always has to return to his coffin. So we will kill him over and over and over again.
And then we'll compare his really bad poetry with my totally awesome poetry, and I'll totally make him feel bad about himself.
At least comparatively awesome.
You need to listen to the artsy one.
How about we just repeatedly,
hint of sarcasm in his voice.
we will
He's not-
repeatedly tell him the story of his lost love.
Fine.
What did you say, Jay?
I said, you detect a hint of sarcasm. He can't really emote very well, but that one came through loud and clear.
You know, shine bright lights at him, put him in direct sunlight, throw silver at him. General vampire torture stuff.
And what shall happen when you all perish? naturally or otherwise.
Well, I plan on having children at least, and I'll teach them to throw shit at Strahd also.
We will revive the Order of the Silver Dragon, and their charge will be to make Strahd suffer for eternity.
What he said.
Yes. Roll. Depending on how truthful you're being, roll either persuasion or deception. Don't tell me which one you're rolling.
Alrighty. Depending on how truthful I'm being. That is a very good question. How about a complete crit fail?
What's the modifier on that ability? Don't tell me which one. Just tell me the number.
0.
He stands up, takes a step towards Toni, and just goes, "Let the taller one do the talking."
Roger, roger.
Yeah, any of them.
If we are able to get to Strahd, we can inspire hope in the masses and bring numbers back to the Order of the Silver Dragon. And the Order of the Silver Dragon can continue their mission of causing Strahd suffering.
And as he's saying that, Crispin starts singing, "Here comes the sun." Da-dum-da-da.
Enough. This order is broken. Those of us angry enough to avoid true death sit here and make sure our suffering is not alone. There is no more order. There is no Argynovost. There is no hope for us or this world. All we can prove is that we can make life miserable for our opposition. There is no higher purpose.
Now, you mentioned no Argynovost, but we happen to see a fire dragon head. That was
Argynovost has
different.
spoken to us.
Do you have proof?
Shit. Do we?
What proof would you ask?
Argynovost has... Or, shoot. Hold on one second, I gotta think.
Hey, guys. He said it's broken. It's obviously not gone, seeing as they are still here.
Like I said, we
Saying
fixed
the
that.
order is broken, as in like there's no one left except for those who are dead.
No, I think they're talking about fixing that window still.
Point
Pretty
being,
sure.
broken, not gone. They still exist. They are still part of the order, and it can be rebuilt with their guidance.
Sure. Yeah.
And they can be the charges for the new order to torture Strahd.
Alright, time back in. Argynovost has sent illusions back when he was alive. Those that made him human. Those that made him ethereal. If you can prove that any of those illusions have stood the test of time, maybe, just maybe, there is something we can talk about.
Like a smoke dragon?
That Fisto. The Fisto is not evidence.
Damn.
At this point, as you look up, the smoke dragon is sitting right on Vladimir's shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
I take more meats out for him.
Handling.
While he's doing that, I answer Vladimir. A fiery visage of Argynovost came to us from a hearth and spoke with us and told us that we needed to show the order the light.
We had to restore the light.
And we intend on doing that.
Let's change pages because you hit a buzzword.
Buzzword, buzzword, buzzword.
At this point, you see what looks to be a game show stinging with a giant board, and Steve Harvey pops out.
Ah, you said the magic word.
Let me see light.
Bing, number one answer.
Show me fireplace dragon.
At this point, he looks at you and goes, "If Argynovost truly was there, climb the tower, prove to the world that not all hope is lost. Let the world know that the fight continues." At this point, he raises his arm up in the direction. Based off of your knowledge of the exterior of the building, it looks like he's pointing towards the bell tower.
And how far away is the bell tower?
Based of a mental map that you made, the amount of area that you rose up makes it appear like it is. To get there, you'd have to get on the roof of the building and cross a catwalk.
Right. I have dimension door. I can take one other person 500 feet away to any location I can describe. So,
can you describe the interior of the bell tower?
well, I can say like go 200 feet straight downward or upward to northwest at a 45-degree angle for 300 feet. So I can be pretty vague according to the description. So I could say go to there as long as I can judge the distance about.
Yeah. Based off that, you can certainly judge the distance, but if you don't know the interior and you get bounced back, you're definitely taking the force damage.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Interesting.
Can we
Just
see the bell?
kind of limitations.
Yep.
Question.
we
Can
could
we
just
see the bell from where we're at?
No, because you're inside the third floor.
Okay.
Why don't we just continue through the abbey to the roof and get to the bell tower, guys?
Is there a window?
The stairs did not, the stairs still continue to go up.
Well, I'm asking, is there a window I can go out of?
Let's see what the map says. Yeah, there's a window literally right behind.
From what we've seen of the exterior of the bell tower, is it accessible to the actual bell level?
If you're asking if AS could just fly you up to the top of the bell tower, the answer would be yes.
All right, then that's what I want to do.
All right, Gondor needs help, guys. Let's light the signal fires.
Yep. I'm going to ring the shit out of this bell.
Yeah.
I could-
I give him the candle wax that he gave me earlier.
Oh, jeez.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
Is Ace flying up there by himself?
No, he's taking Toni with.
Yeah.
Okay, do
This-
we want to figure out how we can get up there then? Or
Yeah,
we're gonna-
we can work our way up to the roof.
Because if we want to try the
Can't fly
dimension door, before we do that, I can polymorph someone into a bird. But the only problem is I only have... I guess we could just stop concentrating on it, yeah. Never mind, disengage.
It's really not a big deal for us to get up to the roof. I doubt that.
Oh, it's not?
gonna be- I really doubt that it's going to be
Oh,
that
is the
difficult.
bell tower attached?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking it was...
It's not some faraway place, guys.
All right. So I'm going to go ring the living shit out of that bell while they're going to be
You're
departing
now
the room.
square right here, down here in the south.
Okay.
Yep, so take you and AS, go over there, and that brings us to Q53.
I'm going
That's
to
a
ring the shit.
number, right? As you reach there, you see and actually land into the tower. You see a stone floor and a 30-foot high pitched roof. Ravens roost on the crisscrossing rafters, coming and going through the small holes in the roof. 10-foot high, 5-foot wide arch windows are evenly spaced around the walls. Each window consists of a lead latticework fitted with a small pane of transparent glass. The ravens here look at Toni with great interest. As you look out, you see the north and east lies a mist-shrouded valley with dark woods, a small town, and a lonely windmill on a precipice. To the south, the river flows through a foggy marsh. To the west, between rocky hills, you glimpse an abbey perched on a snowy mountainside beyond a long stretch of fog-smothered pines that you know Krachik. The small town that you see, you know as Valakai.
All right. I want to ring the shit out of this bell.
The bell is currently outside your reach, but you see that when you look through here, the rope is just a rope. The weight that would help ring the bell does not look to be there.
I'm going to shoot the fucker.
By the way, did anybody pick anything up in... Where's Q16? Yeah. What you see here, however, is a stand, and on that stand, as you read, can you read Draconic?
I cannot.
Okay. You see something that, you see a couple of etchings there, and then on the bottom you see in common just Argynovost. Yeah, Argynovost.
Okay.
Based off of the size of the stand, it looks like it's approximately the size of what a dragon's skull would be.
So do we think then that the dragon skull is the weight that rings the bell? No, that wouldn't make sense.
I would like to fly back to the group then.
As you return to the group and to help speed things along, bring everybody up to speed of what you've experienced. Action.
Bell's damaged. We need to ring our guys, and there is a place for a dragon skull that is missing. We may want to go grab that and return it prior.
Do you remember seeing a dragon skull?
Not yet.
At this point, you see Esmeralda coming up. And said there's like, oh god, where did I put Esmeralda? Where did I put her? There we go.
I mean, granted, I do have the ability to attach something to the interior as a ringer.
Yeah. She goes like, guys, did you? I think I know what happened here.
Well, what do you think?
Elaborate.
Strahd in and fucked this place up and killed Argynovost, who ran this joint. Argynovost, however, died as a dragon, not as a human.
Okay.
What's the significance of that?
He died here.
Okay.
No.
So, we use its head.
Yeah, did you guys find any skeletons at all?
Any dragon skeletons?
Yes.
Not yet.
So that means we just have to keep on looking. Has anybody found anything that looks like a mausoleum or as a resting place, a crypt?
Yeah, there was a crypt outside on the ground level.
So why don't we check that?
To the crypt.
Then that's what we were looking for.
We just found out this whole skull thing like 2 seconds ago, lady.
Yeah, let's go look for
Dragon
the bones of Argynovost.
So the crypt itself is this building right here. There's an exit from the chapel out. So this area right here is kind of like a just a cemetery with a number of headstones.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys return,
Yep.
you hear a motorcycle passing by or a dog. Yep. As you get outside the building, you see a tarnished, silver-plated gargoyle shaped like a dragon wormling cling to the stone-tiled roof of this mausoleum. An 8-foot tall, 4-foot wide marble door set onto the southwest wall is engraved with the name, Argynovost. Yeah, heavy marble doors right outside.
I believe we have a winner.
I believe I have a battering ram.
We should have looked out the window.
Well, we didn't know we needed to go to the crypt.
Hindsight's 20/20. Let's try and open the doors.
Yeah, before we allow Tony to go at it with a battering ram, let's try the doors.
You push on the doors. Those who are pushing, make a strength check.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm an orc. I should know.
Yeah, that was like a 7.
That's a 13.
I'm gonna lay off because I'm injured.
Let's go with
All
a
right, so-
4.
All right, between the gnome and the half-orc, you guys are able to push the doors open. It's mostly the half-orc. Tony's only using his offhand. It kind of looks like he's just there to make it look like he's doing work, but the door eventually opens.
At least he made the effort. More than I can say about the rest of them.
The interior of the mausoleum is
Bleeding.
dark and dusty. You see 4 empty alcoves with raised floors. Etched in the far walls, a verse written in Draconic.
Really wish one of us would learn that language.
Yeah.
As you sit there and you see the bones of Argynovost, you notice that there's one very important piece missing.
The skull?
Yes. Roll investigation.
Strahd is into some weird stuff.
Yeah.
17.
Based off of you see some arcane residue from what appears to be like a polymorph spell. It appears, based off of your detective work, Argynovost's skull was stolen by Strahd. Based off of on the floor when it sits there and says Strahd was here, and was spelled with a Z. And the rest of the skeleton was just there.
So the skeleton, the skull, I should say, is missing. Like Strahd took it.
Yes. However, based off of the proportions of the rest of the skull, and those of you who understand dragons, you get an idea of what its shape would have been. So Esmeralda looks through and just goes like, wait, no. It was supposed to be here. Where is it?
Did you not see that writing that says Strahd was here? I think it's pretty obvious.
Well, based off of what I've seen out here, those guys are going to attack us if we don't follow through on this promise. So how do we sit there and find a replacement to make it seem right?
I can polymorph myself into a skull.
How about ideas that are going to work?
Polymorph him into a dragon and then kill him and put his skull on it.
And what resources do we have available at our disposal?
Could maybe Tony? Could you use mending to make some of the other bones into a replacement skull, or a rough approximation of it as best we can?
That would probably be our best attempt. Either that or...
How long would that take?
Let's see here. What else do I got?
You in a hurry, Crispin?
Can we find another skull and dress it up?
How many dragons are in Barovia?
No, just like a cow skull.
Oh,
Hey, can
interesting.
I use detect magic as a ritual?
Yes. Yeah, it just takes 10 minutes longer than its original casting time.
That's what I want to do. See if there's anything funky in here that's missing.
As you look in this square here, you get the idea of, you sit there and get the idea that there's some sort of magic imbued to the floor. What Lucian saw originally as aftermaths of a teleportation spell, you see it's actually a teleportation pad.
It's a teleportation what?
Pad.
Oh.
It's long-standing, it would have the effects similar to a spell that you've read about called Teleportation Circle.
Hey, guys, I don't think the skull is necessarily gone taken by Strahd. I feel it's just moved for its own protection. There's a pad of teleportation in here underneath Strahd's writing. I think he just came to defile the tomb and didn't actually take anything.
Interesting.
So
Well,
I'm going to jump on that pad and see what
should
happens.
we try to rest first?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
take
I
a
think we should do
rest.
that because Hagrid needs a rest.
He's already said it. Going to an entirely different chapter of the book, guys. K67.
Man, I said I think I'm going to jump on that pad, and off I go.
You didn't say, I think.
Yep. And hold up, I need to look at another book because I think there's something important here.
Hey, I should be able to jump on it and come right back. Either that or I'm dead.
No, it's. I'm not going to Uncle Sean you, don't worry. No, it's Corey. Since you have this information on hand, where was the for the magic items? What were those things that Madame Eva told the party?
We were told about an amulet, the Tome of Strahd, and the Sun Sword.
What was the one for the Sun Sword? Read me back that one.
Master of Swords, I think was what it was called.
Yeah.
I don't have it written down, what it said.
This is the first time you disappointed me today.
I know. What I have written down, it says Sunlight Sword lies in Strahd's lair.
Okay.
Return.
Sweet. That's what I needed to hear.
Okay.
And then what was the one for the other one?
In a dead, drowned village ruled by one, a symbol of hope.
All right, cool. That's what I need to know. And then what about the final battle one?
Destined for combat, will lead us to a dungeon in the Hall of Bones.
All right. There we go. Toni, as you sit through and you see this pad kind of envelop you, you see a number of different shades of purple and black. And as that covers over, you see dark stains cover the floor of this area, large oak tables, scarred and beaten, laid scattered like toys about the room, their wood crushed and splintered. Replacing them are furnishings made entirely from human bones. The walls and the 20-foot-high vaulted ceiling are a sickly yellow color, not because of faded or time-worn plaster, but because they are adorned with bones and skulls arranged in a morbidly decorative fashion, giving the room a cathedral-like quality. 4 enormous mounds of bones occupy the corners of this ossuary, and garlands of skulls extend from these mounds to a chandelier of bones that hang from the ceiling above a long table constructed of bones, once again in the center of the room. 10 chairs, made of bones, and festooned with decorative skulls surround the table, resting atop which is an ornate bowl-shaped vessel of yet more bones. The doors to the north and south are sheathed in bone, but the steel-banded double doors in the center and east of the wall are not. Above the eastern doors is the mounted skull of a dragon.
Grab the skull and run.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Ace basically throw me up there, and I'm gonna jam the bag of holding over the skull and have Ace grab me before I hit the ground and back to the teleportation portal.
All right, roll athletics to see how well you were able to handle that. AS does not.
Blat. Athletics gets me 16.
16. As you sit there and you're launching AS, you shoulder charge into the dragon's skull. You don't break it, but you knock it off of its what it's hanging on. You hit the ground first, and the skull lands on top of you. However, the hollow portion is what would have landed on you, so you take no damage at all.
And now he's a Cubone.
Yeah, but now you're just a gnome inside a dragon skull.
All right.
Bound.
I'm going to start jamming it into the bag of holding.
Okay, it takes you a handful of minutes in order to do this, because it is, after all, a dragon skull and old and white as hell. It accounts for 250 pounds of weight.
Hey, I got plenty of room. That's good.
At this point, you hear a door opening right as you finish, and a very familiar voice of a Nickelback fan comes in and just says, "Well, this is unexpected. The gnome travels alone."
God damn it.
I'm going to have AS grab me, and we're slamming ourselves into that portal.
At this point, let's see. The voice is going to make a sleight of hand check and succeeds. There's a wall of stone. Like, as you guys flip through, a single column of stone comes up, and you guys get hit by that, and you're redirected just outside of where the teleportation pad is. And he sits there, it's like, "No, I have attempted many times to separate you from the group. Now you will listen to what I need to say. At this point, roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage."
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. That ended up on my keyboard somehow. Ooh. I don't think I'm going to need advantage. I rolled a 19 on the first one.
All right.
And I get +3 to wisdom.
No, you got it, no matter what. The spell DC is not as high as a 23. And by the way, Laven, take inspiration for that. Like, at this point, you feel like you're supposed to be, like, sort of drawn towards the voice here. You turn around and you do see it is Strahd, the malevolent, otherwise known as Strahd the Neckbeard, otherwise known as Strahd the White Knight, otherwise known as Strahd the Dickhead. I can keep going, but I won't. And you sit there and recognize that he's been waiting for this moment.
While he's doing that, I'd also like to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Mm-hmm. And what are you protecting yourself from?
My guess is that vampires are still undead, so I'm going to go with undead.
All right, go. You do so. You sit there and come through with that. Yeah, you can't really do that again. That's just a dick move.
Could
Not good.
I also, for shits and giggles, use Longstrider to get my happy ass back to the portal and out?
You'd have to wait a little bit,
Okay.
just to finish the incantation of protection from good and evil. But you can very shortly.
Okay.
Like the distance you have to close is about 15 feet.
Oh, well then there's no point in Longstrider.
Yeah. It's just I didn't expect you guys to do it this exact way. So he just comes in and just says, "You are the one I can't quite understand. Why you act the way you do. You see, Mr. Bar,
Well,
you
I can
only-
regale you with the tales of my youth if you'd like. Might take a millennia or two.
You are the only one that's unaccounted for. And I feel it might be easier just to eliminate you from the equation." At this point, he is going to make a unarmed strike at you with his claw. Because of protection of good and evil, it does have disadvantage.
Woohoo!
That's a 10 plus... What is it here? Ooh, a 19. Does that hit?
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
All right, that's automatically 8 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and another 14 necrotic damage.
Yikes.
Minus 8. I'm hurting a little bit.
And this one, make an athletics check.
Okay. Oh. Let's go with... That would be an 18.
All right, your spider is separated from you a little bit on this. However, the way you get blown back is you're now a couple of inches away from the teleportation pad. You kind of controlled your roll a little bit, and you're most of the way there.
Simple question. Could,
Yes.
when I get smacked, I command my spider to jump on his face?
If the battle lasts that long, yes, you can sit there and have him complete that order.
Okay.
You've made the order.
Because I can always get another familiar. That's not a big deal to me.
If you create another familiar, it destroys the first one.
I know.
Okay,
That's why if I lose the familiar, I'm not too upset. I can have another one.
sweet deal.
But I want to hop in the portal and pop my happy ass out.
As you begin to finish the roll to get onto the other side of the teleportation circle, you see the spider jump onto Strahd, and it begins to occupy his attention for a little bit, and the shade of color for the teleportation circle returns with its blues and blacks, and you return safely into the mausoleum.
Right as the spider jumps on his face, I want to turn it into a light bulb again.
You do so, and he actually takes damage for that. How much radiant damage does he take being in direct sunlight? That is... Yep. He takes 20 radiant damage based off of being in direct sunlight.
Alrighty.
Yeah. And now you're back with the party, slightly wounded.
Hi guys. I'm back.
Where did you go?
The hell?
I went and had a chat with Strahd. Apparently he doesn't understand me. And I stole a dragon skull. And I need a new familiar because I attached it to his face as a light bulb.
I don't see a dragon skull. Are you sure you got it?
I start to try and hoist it out of the bag of holding at least a little bit.
Roll a strength check.
Oh, alrighty. That will be an interesting one for me. I'm not so good at strength. I got a 3.
You sit there, and it looked like you reach in, and you know exactly what it looks like. So drawing it, like reaching for it, isn't really the problem. Trying to lift it up is, but there's one of the horns from the silver dragon that come out. Enough for everybody to get an idea of it, but you're having a very hard time actually getting it out of the bag.
It's a little heavy, guys. But we got it. We can go put it upstairs now.
Nice.
I'm going to take a nap. Somebody put this upstairs as I hand off the bag of holding.
At this point, Esmeralda just sits there and goes like, guys, I got this. And just kicks the bag of holding upside down, and everything, in just like a comical way, just piles up with the dragon skull on top.
There we
Because
go.
that's when you turn a bag of holding upside down.
Yep.
She sits there and goes like, points towards Hagrid and Crispin. Do one of you two want to take this, and does somebody else want to clean all this up?
I guess I'll take the skull if it means I don't have to clean anything.
I'll go with you.
Yeah. So that completes that portion.
I feel like we probably shouldn't tarry too long in an area that has a direct link to Strahd.
Yeah, can we destroy that portal in any way?
Yeah, why don't we just go break up the stone? It'll break up the sigil.
Or do we want to have the ability to use it at a later point?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, how about we gut the roof of the mausoleum then, so that way there's light coming in it and there's only a 50% chance he'll turn up.
Or put the teleporting thing in our bag of holding, so if he does use it, he just is in our bag of holding.
You want me to stick a whole mausoleum in bag of holding?
No, just
teleportation
the
pad.
just a teleportation pad. Yeah.
It'll be like a 5x5 amount of stone.
All right, we can do that then.
Would that take up like all of the carrying capacity of the bag of holding, though?
I would sit there and say it would definitely take up about 100 pounds at the very least,
I can do that.
depending on how good your stone cutting is.
I don't have stone cutting.
I like this tear the roof off idea.
Hold on.
Esmeralda looks at everybody. It's like, yeah, I think. Wait, hold on. Strahd's been out here in the daylight. Maybe blowing the roof off isn't going to be as useful as we think it is.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, he came right out on the street in Valakai.
There's been enough fog around that it kind of obscures the full power of natural sunlight.
How long does your light spell last? And is that kind of the same thing?
So the light spell would act as natural daylight, yes. Or at least the way I'm ruling it. And if it's within a certain distance, there won't be enough fog to obscure. However, I believe it only lasts for an hour.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's-
have roughly 360 more pounds for the bag of holding, so even if we do a shitty job getting this pad, I got the room for it, I think.
But if we break it up, does that mean that the teleportation aspect of it is dispelled?
Could I use my Arcana to look into that to see how these things work? That if we just pull a single stone, it'll basically be a keystone for the portal.
Go ahead, roll Arcana. The DC is going to be higher for this because it is a high-level spell.
Okay.
Or higher than spells that you know.
Natural 20.
Well, lucky duck. As you sit there and go around, you realize that it's one of those things where it's not necessarily the stone specifically that works on, it's the number of arcane signs and sigils that create the teleportation circle. So you can disrupt it by just removing a single one of the inscriptions. And then if you take detailed notes, if you have someone who knows how to complete the ritual again, you can restore it. So you can temporarily disable the Stargate.
That's what I was wondering. If I pull a single stone, it doesn't...
It's not the stone that's the important part, it's the sign.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I remove a stone with the sign on it, would that act as a keystone for it, or would it permanently disable it?
That would permanently disable it.
Okay.
It's based off of that magic. It's got to be very, very precise in terms of not only material, but the exact distances away.
Okay. So guys, from what I know is if I take really detailed notes of this, and we find a way for me to learn this spell, we can recast this and have the exact same access into Strahd's castle. It's just going to be a bit of a endeavor to make sure I can learn the spell and get us back in.
How much time do you think you need?
At least to get all the information down, probably 4 or 5 hours minimum.
That would seem reasonable.
And then
So should we just camp here for the night?
that'd probably work. And then after that, we just got to find me a spell book or something of the nature where I can relearn the teleportation, or I can actually learn the spell.
Yeah, make a intelligence check. You're channeling Toni Low Shot right now.
Intelligent check. Okay. Let's see here. That's a total of 11.
Based off of what you know on this, Strahd can use that teleportation circle while it takes you guys to rest up. And right now, based off of the damage you took from a single hit, you guys are not ready to go straight up against him. The mausoleum doors, if you can shut those and pin those in, at least you can make it so he can't escape that room.
would it then be possible for me to make exact measurements of a single sigil relative to its location, for
absolutely.
a short period of time, and then destroy that said sigil, and then take my rest of the measurements?
Yeah, I would make sure like that you would not have to roll for is based off of your backstory of being within the academy. You know very well how to replicate experiments.
All right, so then.
So you can sit there and take very detailed notes of what the final product should look like.
Yeah, that's my plan, is at least take the very detailed notes of that one single sigil I'm going to destroy it, and then take the time to get the rest of the details.
So it takes about 15 minutes for you to make that replica in your notes. And then from that, the pad deactivates after you destroy what you transcribed. And then another couple of hours through, you get a full idea of what it should look like. Knowing how important it is for you to have access to this, it is very exact, very legible. It's probably worthy of publication when we're all done with this.
All right. So, I guess that'll be our long rest then?
This would take over the course of 4 hours, which is not enough to constitute a long rest.
I'm saying is
rest.
if we were taking a long rest.
Yeah, it's certainly a short rest.
That's a long rest for me.
Well, what do you guys say? Now that my work here is done, we take a good long rest, get some recovery, and then move forward?
Sure.
That's what I was
Yeah.
I could use it.
Well, why don't we just go now? We can sit there, finish the task, the revenants won't kill us, and then we can rest on the way back to Valakai.
If I
Ring the
survive.
bell, then rest. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Return the skull, get them happy and fat, and then rest while returning. Works for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody want to do something before before Toni returns to the bell tower?
While he was transcribing that, can I do some hit dice?
Oh, absolutely. Those who want to spend hit dice can. Those who want to make forgeries of things can.
Oh, yeah. That's right. How long would it take me to transcribe using my forgery kit?
To transcribe as yourself, transcribe and learn the handwriting of Strahd probably would take you a couple of practice attempts. I'd say maybe hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and just roll a sleight of hand check to see how well you're able to pick up on the quirks in his handwriting.
Okay.
And I kind of figure that with me doing the transcribing, I won't be rolling hit dice.
Correct.
23.
It is immaculate.
All right, guys. I can approximate Strahd's handwriting.
Not only that, but you sat there and you wore the paper down, so it looks about the same age, and you literally tore it out of the Tome of Strahd.
It looks like I had taken the pages straight from the tome. You're saying?
Yes, it is convincing.
Okay. I will. I'll hold it up. Does anyone else want to peruse this? I've gotten what I wanted out of it, and I'm waving around the Tome of Strahd. Anybody?
I would say yes, but I am currently occupied.
You can sit there and say, just leave it there, I'll pick it up.
Yeah. I'll toss it in the bag of holding.
All right. So, anybody want to do something during the short rest? Crispin, I believe you can do a song of rest to help people out too.
Yeah, sure, might as well. While we're here.
Not to put you on the spot or anything, but bargain a bard.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give us some advice based on a spell.
All right.
Well, I was fighting a dwarf. I was doing just fine until that wizard went and cast it blind. Now I'm searching for some vindication, but it sure is hard to find. No matter where I swing, all I hit is there. I take that up, don't let
Hey, you're starting
line
to
the shit go.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll let you roll your d6 of healing with advantage.
And that is a 6.
All right. Everybody, in addition to what they got through hit dice, gets an additional 6 points left back.
Cool. That puts me
This
almost up.
includes Toni, who is not currently able to rest.
Yay, that gives me a little bit.
It was just that damn good of a song, and unfortunately, the internet wasn't strong enough to have it completely through.
Oh, well.
Yeah. All right. So the rest is completed. Everything that we talked about is done, and we can resume. Now that you know where the bell tower is, you can just walk up the bell tower.
Let's do that.
Mm-hmm. Those of you who could be like elvish long resters, you get your spell slots back as well.
Cool.
So we're there. Everybody else can see that there is a dragon skull sized pedestal.
All right, I will help Toni put the dragon skull on the pedestal.
All right. I'll let you guys take 20 on that. As it comes down, you see that there is, in this case, a literal light that begins to emanate from the dragon skull. You think it's first Toni being funny, but you see that Toni's not conjuring up anything. At this point, it gets brighter and brighter, and then you see the hammer begin to form on the rope that the bell comes down without you even beginning to work on this, or to ring it. It rings itself, going from side to side, powering itself through its arcane nature. And there is something that's supposed to happen. I need to read to make sure. As the beacon makes its sound, it also feels very, very warm. At this point, you feel a little bit more hope. It's the first time you've really felt it here in Barovia. Is anybody here evil mind?
Nope.
So that
Nope.
probably would have been a big secret.
No.
Battles where you're fighting Strahd or minions of Strahd, you all now get +1 to your AC.
Ooh.
As long as you remain in Barovia.
+1 to AC as long as in Barovia. That's awesome.
At this point, you see a number of revenants coming up the stairs in order to examine the light, and as the light pierces through, you hear, like, eventually Vladimir comes up, and he just sits there and says, "It's over." As a line of light just passes through his chest, and his body falls into ash, but you still see, looks like the Phantom Warrior in its fact, and you just see it begin to fade into the ethereal plane.
Well, we did something right.
Yeah.
Should we go back to where that dragon had talked to us and told us to do this?
Sure.
See if it congratulates us or something?
You just want me to switch maps as much as possible.
Hey guys, I think I really pissed off Strahd.
You don't say, Toni.
Also, I'd like to take the hour to get myself another spider familiar at some point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You have Santa's little spider 2 now.
Woohoo! Version 2.0.
Snowball 2.
So as you guys get back in this room and you look around, you don't see anything that looks like a dragon spirit at all, but you do find a lot of wine bottles.
Let's check that out.
Yeah, we're all out of
These
cookies
wine
now.
bottles were not here before.
No, they were here before. It's just now that you have time to search.
Searching.
They're called Champagne de l'Estompe. Foot stomped wine.
Maybe we can bring these to to Irwin at the Blue Water Inn, since they're having issues with their wine distribution.
There's about 12 useful bottles here.
Want me to bag of holding them?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And anything else you guys want to do here?
I mean, we really didn't explore the 3rd or 4th floors at all. Is there, is it possible for the sake of time to take 20 and see if there's anything of value here?
For the sake of time. The great sword still exists. Vladimir Horngard was wearing a holy symbol of the Morning Lord. Based off of your appraisal, it's about 250 gold pieces worth.
Okay.
A scroll of detect magic. And Toni, throughout this is just flavor, found a number of ballistas on the roof, and he touched every one, and they immediately crumbled. He had the idea of putting the ballista in his bag of holding, in case you needed a ballista. Didn't work out.
You said, did you say that the greatsword is a +1 greatsword?
It's a +2 greatsword.
+2 greatsword. Can anybody use that? Because I definitely can't.
Well,
I don't have proficiency in it.
Well, yeah.
Right. Is that anyone?
I have a sword now.
Do you have proficiency with martial weapons?
Simple weapons. I don't think I have proficiency in martial weapons. I'm not sure.
Let me look. Because someone who has proficiency in martial weapons is would be pretty badass for.
As
Who,
a
what?
great sword, only a two-handed.
Oh, Crispin's got it in martial, yeah.
Great sword, I believe, is mandatory two-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to take every attack with disadvantage. Would be my ruling.
Yeah.
And Crispin can have it if he wants it.
Yeah, Haggard, looks like you're only proficient in simple weapons. Crispin and Leovan, you guys are both proficient in martial weapons.
Yeah.
Fact. I'd still probably avoid great swords.
Okay. Crispin got a better slapping stick.
Yeah,
then.
I'll take it when I'm up close, yeah. It's got a nice broad face to it.
Oh, by the way, this
You could
sword.
say it's great.
Yeah, this sword is fancy, and it appears.
Sorry, Jay. What'd you say?
Yeah, this sword is not only fancy, but it appears slightly magical. Crispin, as you focus on this sword a little bit more, and this is me just trying to be goofy. It's not really going to be game breaking. This is called the Great Sword or Great Swording. Whenever you kill something with the Great Sword or Great Swording, it tells you great job.
Nice. I could use that.
So for this scroll of detect magic, someone other than Toni should probably hold on to that. Just because Toni can already do it.
I can already do it as well.
You can, okay. Haggard, can you cast detect magic?
I cannot.
I'll use detect magic.
I can dispel magic.
Okay. Well, now you can detect it once too.
Now
I
you
hand
can
him this
find
roll.
it and say, stop that shit. All right. Let's take a quick breather. The amount of soda that I had is causing another minor emergency.
Yep. I really
Yeah,
pissed off.
Hagrid, I'll give you the scroll of detect magic.
Thank you.
And thank you for the sword.
That was a very interesting encounter there, Tony.
Yeah.
I was thinking that you were going to die because Jay was going to kill you because you wouldn't fucking leave. He's like, Strahd's gonna make an unarmed strike at you with his claws and hit you, and then you're like, I would like to cast light. And I'm like, Tony, get the fuck out.
Well, that's why I wanted the spider on his face, because at least it would give me that little bit of extra time. And light is an instantaneous spell.
Right, but it still takes an action.
Yeah.
I would have used every action to get the fuck out of there.
All right. So,
Hey, he should have a nice spider tattoo on his face now.
at this point, it seems like a good point to stop this week, since we finished up Argynovost. What we'll say is that you guys were able to make the return trip to Valakai, and that's where we'll start next week's session.
So, all healed up then too?
Yeah, so we'll sit there and have a long rest. Everybody's at max.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Any level movement yet?
No. This is the part about milestone in this module.
Hey, it works for me. I tattooed Strahd. I didn't die going up against him by myself, which was kind of surprising.
Because the main part about this is they sat there and said like the are tied into very specific events. So when you go to optional areas, there's really nothing in it for you guys, which is kind of bullshit.
So Jay, you said that +1 AC that's conditional to only against Strahd and his allies?
Yes,
Okay.
while you're in Barovia.
So, pretty much everybody's an ally to Strahd that we've gone up against, so.
I mean, unless
His
you
revenants wouldn't have been.
True.
Except, yeah, the remnants, yeah.
You can attack Esmeralda to see if she's your ally or not.
Ooh. Let's find out. No.
Take your regular AC, don't add one.
Yeah. I wasn't planning on attacking her. I've had my fun. I went up against Strahd and didn't die.
Oh, God, like, that one, he rolled so damn well.
Yeah. That's why I took the guess of, hey, I should probably, give myself an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, he rolled a 15 and a 13.
Oof. That would have been really rough.
Yeah.
How much damage did you take from that hit, Tony?
14 plus 6, so 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, but I got him back. I spidered his face.
That would have been a third of my life.
That's a quarter of my life. A little bit over. But
Yeah, the worst part, though, is now he just sounds like a Romanian Mr. Anderson.
all right. Well, I gotta go get a shower and all that jazz, so I will talk to you gentlemen in a little bit.
Yep, and I've got an hour 40 minutes until my next D&D game.
Woo.
Oh.
Oh.
Bye-bye.